Yo, what is going on, guys? Flashverse here, and welcome back to another video on The Flash Season 7. This will be my trailer breakdown for The Flash Season 7 Episode 3, titled Mother. This is the final episode of the Mirror Master storyline. So essentially it is the finale of the graphic novel number 2, which obviously is the back half of The Flash Season 6 onwards. And starting from episode 4, we will officially be entering the actual season 7, so graphic novel number 3. But yeah, last night we had an insane episode of The Flash season 7, technically still The Flash season 6, but I am still recovering from that episode. It was so good, and surely I'm not the only one that's still recovering from it. But honestly, guys, last episode was one of the best episodes ever from the whole show. It was just insane. And since episode 3 will be the grand finale of this Mirror Master storyline, this episode should be crazy as well. Now, I have actually done a review and breakdown for episode 2 of this season, which you could obviously check out if you're interested at the top right hand section, as I placed the card over there. If not, then it will be linked in the description down below, just in case you guys want to watch this trailer breakdown before you watch my review on episode 2. Now, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to show you guys the trailer due to copyright issues, and I just don't want to risk disputing the copyright claim, which is why I never play trailers in my videos. But if you guys are here watching a breakdown, I'm hoping you have seen the trailer already. If not, I will link it in the description down below so you guys could check it out, and also then you guys could obviously see the breakdown afterwards. Also be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you are aware of more Arrowverse content coming your way. Okay, so just before I get into the actual trailer itself, I will go over the synopsis for this episode, as it does give us a better idea in regards to what to expect for this episode. Again, this one is meant to be like a finale, so the synopsis is pretty short, but the synopsis goes as followed. Sue Dearborn returns. As Eva becomes more powerful, Barry and Team Flash must find a way to stop her. An old friend risks her life to help, and that old friend, as you would guess, is obviously Sue Dearborn. So yeah, one thing that this trailer doesn't show is that Sue Dearborn is back for this episode, and obviously that is to help deal with that whole Eva situation. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this means that Ralph Dibny will be back as well, maybe disguised as somebody else. That would be fairly interesting to see, but also I am interested to see what type of a role Sue will have for this episode. Obviously, she is a recurring character for the show, so she will be appearing more than just episode 3. Because she is a recurring character, she will not be, appearing that often. Like, she would be appearing in this episode, and maybe like the next time she appears could be like episode 15 of season 7, something like that. Okay, so this trailer kicks off with a voiceover of Cisco as he says, "Whatever is happening out there, it's spreading. She's manipulating any reflective surface." In which we do see like this panic occurring across Central City. Now the thing is, these crowd scenes are reused. This is not a shot that has been filmed recently. They are actually reusing crowd scenes from previous seasons, since in these circumstances they aren't able to film scenes like that. So this scene is either a recycled scene from The Flash Season 6 Episode 8, where there's panic occurring due to the bloodwork infection spreading, or the most likely option is that this is from the season 4 finale, when DeVoe's satellite was about to crash, and obviously there was panic because of that. But this scene is definitely not filmed recently. Now we have Barry mentioning that they should black out the city, because if everything is blacked out, Eva can't travel through it because it no longer becomes a reflective surface. So we see that happen with Star Labs as well as CCPD. Now obviously Barry does not have his speed at the moment. We obviously saw him destroy the artificial speed force last episode, so he's back to using the original dead speed force. Now the thing is, Barry will for sure find a way to revive the original Speed Force by the end of this episode. There is no way they're going to leave that on hold going into episode 4. So he will at least get his speed back midway into the episode, or he would get his speed back towards the end. I'm not entirely sure how exactly he will get his speed back, but I do have 2 theories in mind which I will explain later on. Now we do obviously have Joe in CCPD and he's requesting for backup. Now this could either be because most of the police department in CCPD have turned into mirror clones, so there's basically this conflict going on in CCPD against the mirror cops as well as the real cops, or it could just be to, stop the panic from happening and they should, call backup to stop these Mirror Master clones. Now we do then have Barry crying for Iris once he obviously screwed up during the events of last episode and how he brought her back into the real world when she has adapted to the Mirrorverse. So obviously you'd expect Iris to face these repercussions of that because she isn't used to being in the real world anymore because she's been so adapted to the Mirrorverse. It's like she could live in that. Now we do have Barry saying come back to me to Iris. Now one of my theories are once Iris wakes up, Barry would be filled with this love again and he would be a lot less stressed than he previously was. So maybe this connection that he has to Iris allows him to revive the Speed Force because of all that positivity within him or something like that. I don't know, I know it's a bit random, but the theory I have next does make a little bit more sense than this. Now the thing with Iris is, could she be the key in stopping Eva? Because if Eva's plan is to turn the real world into the Mirrorverse, no one in the real world has been adapted to the Mirrorverse, and if this world is turning into the Mirrorverse, Iris has already adapted to that, so she could be the key into stopping Eva like that. Now over here we have Mirror Master clones scattered across Central City, and they are obviously causing chaos, but you do see Eva standing up the stairs in which Barry is behind her. Now does Barry have his speed back? We do not know. But could this be Eva teaming up with Barry because maybe these Mirror Master clones start to disobey Eva and just go by their own rules instead of listening to Eva? Because we know that she isn't the real Eva after all. So she is also a mirror duplicate just like these others. So maybe the thing over here is that these Mirror Master clones actually find out that this isn't the real Eva McCulloch, so why should they even obey her in the first place? So they could be going by their own rules and disobeying Eva because she isn't the real Eva McCulloch, she's just a fake. So there's no point in, really obeying her. Or this could obviously just be Eva explaining to Barry why she's doing all of this and why she's trying to turn this world into the Mirrorverse, if you will. I'm still guessing that's her endgame, we still don't know for sure. Or it could also be that this is the final battle between the Flash and Mirror Master once Barry has his speed back too. As I said, I'm not entirely sure. Now we do then have Barry on the ground, and I'm guessing this is because he doesn't have his speed back, so at this point he is really vulnerable against any villain he faces off against. But we do also have Chester P. Runk, who is obviously back once again, and he's helping out with Team Flash. Now as I said before, I'm very interested to see how they will balance out between having Chester as well as Cisco, because they're so similar with each other. Now we do also get like a bunch of Mirror Master clones dragging this guy away, and we do also see these bunch of Mirror Master clones standing side by side as well next to Eva McCulloch. But after that we do have Caitlin saying, with every person that gets replaced, her army grows. And we get this shot of CCPD as Joe turns around and he sees these mirror hands reaching out to him, but obviously you would guess that Eva would fail to drag Joe inside of the Mirrorverse and create a duplicate of Joe, because we do see Joe being able to run away on time. And we do then get these bunch of different shots of Mirror Master with her clones, simply just causing more chaos across Central City. Now I am guessing Eva's endgame is to turn the real world into the Mirrorverse, because obviously she got exposed last episode and she wouldn't be too happy about that, and obviously she comes into realization that she doesn't belong in the real world, but she could. That's what she said last episode, so by the looks of it, that is her goal, to turn this into the Mirrorverse so she does actually belong there and she does actually become the real Eva, if you want to say. Now in one of the trailers we do get this dark room of Barry crying, and he is wearing the same shirt that he was wearing during episode 2. Now the thing about this is we do have Barry in this shot talking to Harrison Wells, and from the cliffhanger of last episode we do obviously know that the original Harrison Wells has returned. So do we get introduced to him this episode, and he probably, like, you know, gets somewhat of a catch up, but he introduces himself to the team? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he could help out with this whole situation. Now if this is the case, here is a theory that I did not come up with. It was one of you guys who suggested that idea. But essentially episode 1, 2 and 3 of season 7 was originally meant to be set in 2020. We know that because these 3 episodes were left on hold due to the pandemic. So these 3 episodes are technically part of season 6. So everything that is going on right now is set in 2020. Now in the original timeline, the original Harrison Wells creates the Flash in the year of 2020 by the particle accelerator. But obviously we have seen Wellsabard create the particle accelerator and explode it already. But what if post-crisis we have this OG Harrison Wells coming up with some sort of tech which helps stop what's happening, but this then causes an accident resulting into the Flash getting his speed back like that? Or maybe this accident was done on purpose so that the Flash could get his speed back. I'm not entirely sure, but if Barry does get his speed back that way, that would technically mean that the Flash has been created in the year of 2020, because that's when his speed would return. So the Flash would be reborn in the year of 2020. That is a very interesting theory, but again, I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please give a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think will happen during this finale of the Mirror Master storyline. I'm interested to see your opinions towards all of this, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.